emotional based, and it's almost kind of like a form of journaling for me. That's what it feels like. It feels like my way of journaling through things that I'm going through, but just in a different way. They are all usually based on heartbreak, you know, all heavily influenced by this despicable little thing that lives in my chest that dictates a lot of my writing. And I will read a couple of my poems for you. Please be kind and be gentle. I am delicate and fragile when it comes to my poetry in particular, because it is so personal. I usually write them in the notes section of my phone, so I have a ton of notes on my phone, the majority of which are poems. Okay, let me find a couple that I feel comfortable reading. I am not anger anymore. No, I am anguish. I keep giving this heart to cold hands that tear it apart, and with every lost piece, I became a monstrous me, with veins that ran red with rage, and screams that went on for days. But now the monster is no more, and I'm just a fractured, hollow girl, with a half-shattered heart and a tendency to use my pain for art. I thought that I was fury, but it was grief that overcame me, and I cry rivers of lonely, wishing for someone who could hold me and wrap these hands around my ache and promise me that they'll stay. So I guess that I'll just wait, sit here in this sorrowful way, until I am not anger or anguish, but something better, something more. Cut my heart right out of me, stripped it from my chest to wear it on my sleeve. I did it all for you, to make it easier to reach. I paid no mind to the ache or to how it made me bleed. I fell in love with the way you manipulated me. Nothing is safe now in our tainted memories. I look back trying to find the truth in the lies. Nothing feels real anymore in my life. Scars all on my back from your embrace. Knock me down, pick me up, and call it grace. You can come down off your high horse, babe. Pretension is heavy, it can't carry that weight. A painter of lies, an artist of the gone. Now any love I had for you is long gone. Such a storyteller, such sweet fiction. You wove your tall tales with such conviction. You gave me hell and dressed it up as hope. Don't know how I didn't see it, how I didn't know. But I wanted to believe every word, every feeling, wrapped in the fabrications you were weaving. Put the mask away now, I've seen your true faces. If you think I'd be fooled again, you're mistaken. Okay, that is as heavy as this video will get. Most of my poems are very moody and dramatic, but I did forewarn you that they would be. Now I'm going to answer Dan. Thank you so much for asking me some questions. I'm going to answer your questions now. Okay, so Dan left a couple of questions for me on one of my videos, and he said, if I could invite 3 people to my dream dinner party, who would they be and why? Any historical figures, living or dead, or valid answers, as access to a time machine is a given. So, fun fact about me, I am extremely antisocial. And to be totally honest with you, the idea of a dinner party is an introverted nightmare. I am a massive introvert, just something about me. I am very introverted and antisocial, which is probably why you can find me here making friends on YouTube instead of in person. 3 people to my dream dinner. Who would I pick? Taylor Swift, because I am a diehard Swiftie, and I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. Not to be mistaken for her song, You're Not Sorry. Yeah, I love Taylor Swift. As a writer, I adore her lyrics. I think that she writes incredible lyrics, and I just think she seems like a really cool person, and I've been obsessed with her since I was like 15, so T Swift, she's definitely getting an invitation. I know you're probably looking for like answers that make me sound smart or deep, or maybe it's just my own instinct is to try and answer in a way that makes me sound smart or deep. But 3 people to my dream dinner. I would wanna talk to Tolkien, who wrote Lord of the Rings. I love Lord of the Rings. I love the books. I love the movies. I would want to talk to him. So me and Tolkien and T Swift can just sit down and have a little chat about our creative processes and what our lives were like and yada yada. And so I was a writing major. I was also a history minor when I was in university. So I really want to talk to someone from history that lived in a totally different time period and totally different part of the world than me. And I don't want to pick a specific one, but when I was a little girl, I was particularly obsessed with Grecian and Egyptian history. So I would probably want to talk to like a pharaoh or, someone from ancient Greece. I don't know. Sorry, these answers are probably super weird and super random. Next question. If I was on a desert island, what album, book, movie, and TV show would I want with me? Album. That's a tough one. So I like a wide variety of music. A really wide variety of music. And this is a tough choice. I listen to the Beatles a lot. I love Fleetwood Mac. I obviously love Taylor Swift. I also am a big fan of musicals, so I like a lot of Andrew Lloyd Webber soundtracks, specifically Phantom of the Opera, because I love that one. It's my favorite musical. But just to show you how diehard of a Swiftie I am, I'm gonna pick folklore. Folklore is coming to the island with me. Also, how awesome is it that I get to go to an island? Cool question. What book would I pick? Ooh, that's hard. If I can take the entire series, I'm taking Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. Yeah, I'm taking... I can't pick between those two. That's too tough. Maybe Harry Potter just because it's longer. Oh, I don't know. These kinds of questions trip me up because I don't like picking favorites. What movie? So, I love How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I love Pride and Prejudice. I love 10 Things I Hate About You. I love About Time. And Star Wars. So, same thing with the book. If I get to take the entire collection and not just one, I'm taking Star Wars. If I have to pick just one movie, I'm taking Pride and Prejudice. And a TV show. I like a wide variety of TV shows, from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Gilmore Girls, The Last Kingdom, Peaky Blinders, Game of Thrones, but not the last season. We're not talking about the last season. But if I had to pick just one, years back. So Spain is top of the bucket list for me. Thank you, Dan, for submitting those questions. Now I'm just gonna spout off some random additional facts about myself. Because you can only see half of my face, I will go ahead and tell you. Although you've probably seen it, I do have my nose pierced. Occasionally the bottom of my nose drops below the frame. I currently have two tattoos, and I do have plans to get more. My eyes are green. My favorite ASMR triggers are gentle tapping and soft-spoken whispers. No, soft-spoken is its own category, whispers is its own category, but very soft whispers are my favorite. And I'm also very fond of Reiki ASMR videos. I think that those two things combine wonderfully, and I very much believe in the idea of energy work and healing. So those videos are very soothing to me. Let's see. What else can I tell you about me? I am tall. I am taller than average for a girl. I am 5'10". 5'10", which I know is not that tall, but it's pretty tall for a girl. I live in the United States. I'm not getting more specific than that. So I think that I have mentioned on here before that I have a son. I was previously married, but I have been divorced since 2017. I have dated on and off since then. A couple more serious relationships, but nothing major. All of which have ended. I am not currently dating. I was, as recently as September of this year, but I had two of the worst dating experiences that I have ever had in September, back to back, and I'm not going to lie to you, it was pretty traumatic. So, after I experienced both of those, I decided to press pause, a little pause, and I am not currently dating, because I decided that I just needed a little bit of a break. I needed a break. People can be crazy. That is something that I have learned for certain in my experiences. I could do an entire video dedicated to dating horror stories. I have joked with my friends, and they have agreed that some of it is so out there that if they didn't know me, they would think it was fiction and that I was making it up. Let's see. Other facts about me. I hate bananas. I think that bananas are the filthiest fruit. I do not like them at all. I do not like banana flavored things. personality in general. I don't like talking about myself because I don't have a filter. And in real life as well, I am very blunt and I tend to say exactly what I'm thinking and have a tendency to overshare for both of those reasons and walk around with my foot in my mouth half the time. I have 2 cats. I think I've talked about them before. One of them I featured in my first roleplay video, and the second one I will feature in my second roleplay video, which is in the works. I have an entire list of future projects for this channel that I am working my way through. Anytime I get a request that I feel like I can do, I automatically move that to the top of my list, which pushes my original content down a little bit. I love to do things outdoors. I love to hike, and I love to go on walks, and I like to sit outside and read. I don't know that that counts as an outdoor activity, but I count it as an outdoor activity. Activity. I like that word. I started making ASMR because I really love watching. ASMR. I've been watching for years. And these last 2 years have been incredibly stressful. I've mentioned in previous videos that the field that I work in is healthcare related. It's not direct healthcare, so I'm not actually taking care of patients or anything like that. But I do work in a field that has been heavily impacted by the pandemic. And it kind of turned my entire life upside down, especially for the first year. Now that we're kind of in the middle of the second year, we have some semblance of balance back. But my life got very stressful. And I became incredibly anxious. And when I get anxious, I overthink and I cannot shut my mind off. I have to find something to focus on, or my mind will basically like spiral on whatever is stressing me out. And so, since I enjoy watching ASMR so much, I decided I wanted to give it a go in terms of making it, to give myself a project that I could focus on when I was feeling overwhelmed or stressed, because it's something that I can put my mind to, both coming up with video ideas, filming the content. I obviously have to focus, and then editing the content. I know it probably sounds crazy to give myself another project when I'm working in a field that has me incredibly busy while writing. To throw in another project probably sounds crazy, but it really does. It helps me quiet my mind a little bit. And I was kind of surprised after I first started filming that it helped me as much as it did, which is why I still make time to do it. And then also because I just